For now, let's go ahead and get to the day's news. President Trump delivered a setback to those pushing for a permanent solution to the Obama-era DACA program. The president, who at times has advocated for children of immigrants who came here illegally many years ago, spoke out against a DACA deal yesterday. CBS's John Schumo has the latest from New York.
President Trump, after wishing the nation a happy Easter yesterday on Twitter, followed it with a series of tweets on immigration, writing in part, Republicans must go to nuclear option to pass tough laws now. No more DACA deal. The president reiterated his stance before heading into Easter services in Palm Beach, Florida.
And a lot of people are coming in because they want to take advantage of DACA. And we're going to have to really see. They had a great chance. The Democrats blew it.
Many Democrats and even some Republicans took to Twitter pushing back against Mr. Trump. Ohio Republican Governor John Kasich wrote in part, "A true leader preserves and offers hope, doesn't take hope from innocent children who call America home." It's not entirely clear what precipitated the tweets, which also went after Mexico demanding tighter border security. Under DACA, though, immigrants must have been living here since 2007, meaning no one crossing the border today would qualify. John Schumo, CBS News.
And also new this morning, China's new tariffs take effect today on more than 120 U.S. exports. The hikes, up to 25%, are aimed at products from pork to wine to certain fruits and nuts. They're being levied on up to $3 billion of U.S. goods. Officials in China say the measure is in response to new U.S. duties on imports of aluminum and steel. More than 40,000 teachers and thousands of support staff across Oklahoma are walking off the job today, even though lawmakers in the state pushed through a last-minute estimated $6,000 pay raise. The state's largest teachers union has been calling for a $10,000 raise over 3 years. The average teacher salary in Oklahoma in 2016 was just over $45,000, ranking it only above Mississippi. And the Women's March Madness basketball final ended in dramatic fashion. With 0.1 second left on the clock, Notre Dame hit a three-pointer to cap a thrilling 61-58 comeback over Mississippi State. This is Notre Dame's first women's basketball title in 17 years. In local news, a crash that took one man's life on a Billings street is under investigation. Police and emergency crews were called out to the 1100 block of 6th Avenue North around 9:30 Saturday night. Sergeant Matt Lennox said the driver appeared to have lost control traveling westbound and struck a power pole. The driver, who was the only person in the vehicle, was pronounced dead at the scene. Police believe speed was a factor, but the incident is still under investigation. The man's name has not been released. Well, after 35 years, a Billings priest presided over his last Easter service before he retires.
The Lord be with you. Oh, no, this is Easter. The Lord be with you. Much better, much better.
Nearly 1,100 people heard Father Wayne at the early service at St. Pius, the 10th parish, Sunday morning. Father Wayne has been at St. Pius for 6 years and served Catholic churches around the state, including Livingston. He talked about the strength the Easter service brings to the members of his church.
People have that hope and that belief and that desire that says, God loves us that much that he gave his only begotten Son, and therefore then, nothing can separate us from the love of God. Easter is special because it reminds us that throughout the year, God continues to be with us. And again, this is my last Easter here at St. Pius X Parish. I just want them to know that God continues to be with them, that whoever comes after me will be a reflection of God's love as well.
And Father Wayne plans on retiring in June and will remain active at St. Pius. Well, wrapping up our news this morning, rescue crews converged near Mammoth and Yellowstone National Park this weekend. While there was no emergency, crews trained for any future needs. MTN's John Shearer was there.
Well, this might look like just another corner of Yellowstone National Park on a blustery spring day, and you really wouldn't be wrong to say that. But this spot, right here, is where the people in the park who might normally tell you where to find the animals or point out interesting geological features spent time practicing ways to help you or others like you in a life and death situation.
So we controlled the bleeding. every opportunity like this, every training opportunity reveals both where our strengths are.
One with the door closed, right here.
But also how we can improve.
Among the lessons learned, some equipment didn't work. Some radio gear didn't communicate between different agencies, and in a true mass casualty situation like this mock bus crash, a lot of ambulances would be needed, and needed in a hurry.
Breathing adequately, his pulse is normal. Okay.
You know, the number one challenge is we are remote, so it takes a while to get to Yellowstone.
This was the first exercise like this in several years in the park, and there were positive takeaways too. Once on the scene, first responders from 8 different agencies inside and outside the park worked together well, and confusion was kept to a minimum.
I think the lesson for visitors who come to the park is to know that safety always is our first priority, but given that the park is remote, the roads are not like a highway, like Highway 90. You can't travel as fast on those roads. So oftentimes the response is going to take a little bit longer.
In Yellowstone National Park, I'm John Shearer for MTN News.